Is your KD a reflection of skill, intelligence, or your reaction time? The real question I want to ask, why bother raising your KD at all? I think today's Warzone players are too concerned with their KD. KD is just a reflection of your overall ability. That includes your intelligence, that includes your reaction time, that also includes your skill. You have some gun skill. When I first started playing, I used to shoot here. Now it's very fine. I shoot where I want to shoot now. I don't kind of wave around or draw circles, as some pros call around heads. Also, my intelligence improved. I used to just run across open fields and I get shot in the back, shot in the head, shot in the front, because I couldn't see them. I'm in a field, they're behind a tree. That intelligence improves. You start to make better decisions, like running from rock to tree to rock to house. You don't break windows, you go through doors, you close them, that kind of stuff. A higher intelligence will automatically raise your KD. Lastly, it's also reaction time. If you're tired, if you got forced sleep, your reaction's not there, you're not going to whip around and snap on target. You might come around, and you'll overcorrect and have to come back. I see this as fatigue too. If I play for a few hours, maybe around hour 3, I start to overshoot or undershoot, and I start to die in times I wouldn't have died an hour before. So I really think it's a combination. And your KD is not who you are, it's more of a byproduct. It's kind of like, I don't know, I played baseball, so I relate it to this. Your average isn't how good you are, it's a product of how much time you put in here, what you learned, how much you know, and it goes up and down. It just reflects results, it's not the result. Now to me, the most important part about your KD is trending over time. Is it going up over time, or is it going down, or are you flat? Now if you're flat, that's impressive. It's very hard to stay the same day after day after day, month. Now trending up or trending down makes sense. For me, I really wanted my KD to improve. And for it to improve, that doesn't mean fly to the end of the plane and kill the few people who aren't there. That's not a way to improve your KD. Sure, the number goes up, but as soon as you actually start to play, the people in those lobbies are going to punish you and your KD will go low, maybe even lower than it was before. Overall, that's a trending down pattern. Now for me, I wanted to improve my KD permanently. I wanted to be a 1-something player, a 2-something KD player, something like that. And I looked at it and I said, okay, if I want to be a 2 KD player, that means I need to get 4 kills a game, because I'm probably going to die once, and then I'm going to die again if I do win the gulag, or if I lose the gulag, unless I win the game. The only way I die once or less is if I leave the game, or win, or lose to a flag in the gulag. So to get a 2 KD or better, you need to kill 4 people a game, every single game, or more. Now my first goal was just to have a 1.0 KD, and for me that meant I needed to get just above 2 kills a game, because I would die once, I would either win the gulag and die again, or I would lose the gulag, and sometimes my friends buy me back. So overall I needed to have more than 2 kills a game on average to get to 1. When I started I was at 0.7, that was the bottom of my KD. When I went all the way as low as my KD, when it finally stopped going down, I was a 0.7 KD player. Shocking, I know. So now that we have a target of how many people a game we need to kill in order to achieve a certain KD, now we need to know how to get those kills, that we consistently do it over time. We can't get lucky and get 2 a game and then 0 and then 2 and 0. That's not a KD of 1, that's a sub 1. Because you died 4 times over 2 games and got 2 kills, that's a KD of 0.5. Now for me, the first thing I wanted to do was go from 0.7 to 1.0. And for that, I went and watched YouTube videos of how to become a more intelligent player. I thought that was easier for me to do, was to improve where I was going, what my direction in the game was, what I was trying to achieve in a game. After I improved my intelligence, that was 1.0, I realized my skill needed to improve, meaning instead of shooting this or drawing circles around people's heads, I need to hone my focus and hit shot after shot after shot on the same point. So I invested in an aim trainer for $10. That vastly improved. In my aim trainer, when I first started, I was in the bottom 5% of all players who had done that aim trainer program. After months of practice, I finally got into the top 25%, and when I got into the top 25%, my KD was about 1.3. I increased my aim training duration, maybe 10 minutes went to 15, or maybe instead of 1 5-minute period a day, I went to 2 or 3 a day. And eventually I increased all the way up to the 40th best ranked in this aim trainer program ever. Of everybody, I went to 40 from the bottom 5%. So now I've increased my skill dramatically. So I have intelligence and skill under wraps. And once I did that, my KD went from about a 1.3 up to a 1.6 something. And I was stuck at about a 1.62 for a while, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. To go from a 1.6 something up to where I am now, I had to increase my reaction time. So what that meant to me is monitor how long my gaming sessions are and make sure I'm getting enough sleep along with times of day I'm playing. So instead of playing into the wee hours of the night and just game after game after game, I'm now reducing those later, maybe from like 7 to 10, so I can really focus because the opponents I'm playing, they're also very quick. You might be in the same boat I was. When I was at 1.1, I thought, how am I ever going to get to 1.2? And I'm thinking, this is impossible. So I kept learning, I kept practicing, I kept watching other pros, I listened to what they said, I observed their behavior, and eventually my KD went all the way up to 1.7 something in the making of this video. And I'm extremely proud of that. And also, I'm a far better player than a 1.7 player, because I have so many deaths racked up under my belt that it's very, very difficult now to raise my KD. It doesn't drastically go up and down every single game. It takes many, many games. Like, I might need to get 40 or 50 kills without a death in order to go up 0.01 points. What that means is that my lobbies are easier for me, but at the same time, not really. Because I do play with a lot of people who have much higher KDs, and in those lobbies, sometimes I even outperform those people. What I'm trying to say is if you want to raise your KD, you need to increase your overall game skill. That means your accuracy needs to improve, your game intelligence needs to improve, and your reaction time needs to improve. This is all combined to create what we call a KD. Now to me, your KD is exactly what it should be. Even those people who say they don't care about their KD, that doesn't mean anything. It's still a reflection of exactly who they are as a player. Now higher KD players or lower KD players, there's just different types of course, and I'm going to talk about that in another video coming up in the future. Some players, they like to get flag, flag, flag and just chill on a building, and you're going to get 7 to 12 kills a game, no problem, guaranteed. Sniper and an AR, easy, you could have a 6 KD. You could also run the entire game, play in the outside of the circle as it shrinks, outside of the circle, as it shrinks, outside of the circle. You can run SMG AR, and you could also have a 6 KD, but you must be a much higher skilled player to do that. So there's different types of KD skill. Now that you understand the KD skill, I want you to try to understand yourself. Are you someone who's willing to put in a lot of hours to handle gunfights with an SMG up close, or put in less hours but continually work on accuracy with your sniper of how far ahead do I need to hit this man running across the field? That is a different skill that a lot of SMG players don't have because they don't put time into it. One could be easier, one could be more difficult. I believe sniping is far harder on a console because you don't have aim assist. You literally are controlling it without aim assist. Like, here's the head and you're up here as they're running across and you gotta make this shot. So I think sniping is far easier on a computer, where I think if you're on a console, SMG is way easier than a computer, because on a computer, when you don't have aim assist. So up close, if this is the target, you're just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, you miss a lot. So with an SMG, it's very difficult on a computer. So I would recognize how much time do you have, what type of player would you like to be, put that together and go watch a player who's like that. If you want the SMG console lifestyle, follow Nick Merckx. If you want to do like some kind of sniping stuff, go look at It's Iron. Those two people are perfect at what they do, and they're both very good at it, and they both have high KDs and unique skill sets. Now if you trade them and you make It's Iron land super, he's not going to do as well as he does. And if you make Nick go chill on a building with a sniper, he's going to wander off that building and get shot and try to break a building down with a sniper, because that's who he is. So they understand themselves and they play to their strengths, and it really works, and it makes you look like a better player. Now in some future videos, I'm going to break down the skill sets you need for each of those types of players and who you are, so that you too can become more well-rounded, maybe make better shots, make better decisions. When you've got an option of a tall building or some rocks, pick the one that works better for you and what type of player you are. I know sometimes when my cousin and I first started winning a lot as duos, I would be like, dude, I'm going left, stay here. I'd say, I'm going right, stay here. And we would literally split up. So our duo team became 2 solos, and we would crossfire, and we were like, this is working. Neither him or I were any better at shooting our gun. We were just shooting people in the side. So one of us would take front shots, and the other one's not taking any shots. We were winning a lot of games that way. So that's an intelligence thing, and it was really fun winning like that because our KDs weren't going up, but all of a sudden we're winning games. So You got to understand who you are as a player, what you want to accomplish. Do you want to win every game? Do you want to get some high kills? I talk with that sometimes when they're middle, like circle 2, maybe circle 3. I'm like, hey, do we want to get a lot of kills this game or do we want to win? They'll be like, let's win. And I'm like, we got to run. And if they're like, let's get a lot of kills, I'm like, we got to chill right here because this team behind us is coming. We're just going to shoot them and then we're going to turn around and we're going to get shot. But man, we're about to get 6-7 kills right here. So talk to your team. What are your goals for that game? Win, kill, whatever. It makes gameplay way more fun, especially when all of you are on the same page. Like, those type of games are way better. Hope all of this helped all of you. Again, I stream every Monday through Friday, 12 to 1 Eastern on Facebook. I think I'm going to be switching over either to YouTube or Twitch soon, so you can check me out there. I'll post notifications on the Facebook so you're not lost and confused when I don't show up when I normally. All right, thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate it. Have a great day.